Black Knights again. And hopefully something that doesn't go 2-3. Alright. Treat us right, please. Okay, so we have... Alright, so... that one not quite as... not having again. Okay, Worthy Knight seems great. Witch's Vengeance, probably good. Like, Bone Crusher and Castle Ember. Like I normally say that the two color lands are not great, but Castle Empress seems like it could be really. Like, if I said white black knights, I didn't want, but white red, I could be intrigued by. Okay, yeah, Stolen by the Faith seems like a very powerful bomb and limited too. All right, so let's go. Okay, double Grange Princess, Flutter Casket, and Flutter Fox and Glass Casket. Like, alrighty. Okay, so we have. Okay, we got the White Knight. Okay, so here, let's do it right this time. Fairy Guide Mother she's just so mediocre. I mean, I'd be fine playing you. Alright, this is... Alright, Shepherd of the Flock is one I'm very interested in because the enabling of chump blocks is pretty mediocre. The ability, though, to use that combined with ETB triggers, being able to reset certain cards' adventures. He feels like something that has ability to be very strong in certain decks. Now, that said, we definitely need a fair bit to be able to make him worthwhile. Okay, with that, so we have 6 cards I'd be happy playing in white. So most likely not going to be our color this time. But I also feel like I said the last time. So, all right, Mantle of Tides. Just the ability to use it, because whenever you draw a second card each turn, those abilities seem like they have the potential to be really powerful. Obviously, you need to be able to use them. You need to have the ops. You need to have, well, anything that draws you a card, really. But I mean, especially the instant speed, I feel like something you can go off with. Animated Fairy is one that seems very strong. Just the Windrake, 3 mana for 2/3 flyer is already good, and staple that onto the 3 mana, making a non-creature artifact of 4/4. Especially if you're playing something like, I mean, turn 1 Mantle of Tides, turn 2 anything, turn 3 make it a 4/4, and then still have a free Windrake. That's good. Okay, ooh, Double Charm Sleep I like. Double Charm Sleep. We have Queen of Ice, Tome Raider, Turn a Pumpkin, Sage of the Falls is another one that just great card advantage card. Oh, we have a Blue Knight too. Yeah, our blue seems great right now. So I don't want to throw Mantle in quite yet. If we run into more of some of the Mill Synergy cards, Overwhelm the Prince, another one. So these two, I want to see where we are before we add them. The Little Mermaid will throw in if we're low on 2s, since we don't have any 2s in blue otherwise. Mystical Dispute. There's a good chance that we'll end up running that. Still okay, so I can see Plane. Unexplained Visions, just 5 mana is slow. And it's not necessarily where I would want to be, but again, it's... Okay, black. Okay, Epic Downfall, Forever Young, Order of Midnight. Flu. Yeah, so, okay, so right there, that's... Here's 4 cards. I'm happy playing all of them. Especially because Forever Young, we didn't really get... Unexplained Visions, 5 is fortunately just rather slow. But otherwise, it's Sage of the Falls and Sir Eleanor are the only draws we got in that. So that's what it is. But we immediately get double Forever Young and a Foreboding Fruit. So if we go blue black, that can be a pretty decent card draw right there. So I love the idea of not having a lot of knights and being able to play Witch's Vengeance. Alright, so black. Okay, black unfortunately started out looking really strong, but the rest of it's fine. They're fine. Like, if black's our second color, I'm not going to be opposed. Right, oh, that's right. We have Castle Embreth and Big Boy. What's Bonecrusher Giant just seems so great. Merchant of the Veil. I like a lot. Recuperators is solid. Ogre, I don't know how many knights we'll even run into. Oh, wow. Right, we are not super deep into red, which is unfortunate, because God, both Castle Embreth and Bonecrusher Giant are just so good. I mean, just a bit. Bonecrusher Giant seems insane unlimited. Just being able to do a two mana removal spell with a stomp ability, then just play a 3-mana 4/3 to beat in. It's just. I mean, the card just going to be seeing so much play in standard, and unlimited just brings them to a whole nother level. Alright, so on a green, doubt we'd want enough to play the tracker. Curious Paired needs probably a lot more synergies than we have. Kendra's Transformation. Solid chance we'd end up playing that. Okay. Double Rose Thorn Acolyte and Beanstalk Giant needs to be like, oh, so I can have my kick I need to do. I can play that Bonecrusher Giant, you're saying. Of course, Bonecrusher Giant, I guess, yeah, I mean, the nice part about Rosestone Acolyte, the Season Ritual's a pretty throwaway adventure, but it does allow you to be able to play that turn 2 stomp if we would need to, so we might be looking at a 3-color. Oh, that's our Shiny Chaser's our only gold card. Okay, so from there, Gingerbread Man. So, with Scholar Incarnate, I'm still trying to figure out just how playable this card is. I'm still not sold in Hengewalker. I mean, 3 mana 3/3 is fine. It's not. We play Buzz. I mean, fine is just the best word for it. I'm not going to expect that, though. I guess the Scalding Cauldrons with the animating fairy has the ability to be solid. So, okay, let's. How many for green would we even want? We'd want Beanstalk Giant, double Rose on Accurate, so we'd want the color fixers potentially. I'd play the Rider. The Rider is solid card. Carver's fine. Fits more of an aggressive deck, which I don't necessarily think we are. Squire, again, fine. For information, like, okay, so it feels like green, we have color fixing and stuff that I'm going to keep saying the word fine to describe. So, probably means that's not where we want to be. So, going on. I want to be able to play red so badly. But I just don't see it happening the more I look at these cards. Because, yeah, Ogre. Red is such an aggressive color in the set. We don't have the knights to make Ogre Errand worthwhile. Redclap Raiders is, again, solid, but we have enough 3-drops. 2-drops are much more where we need to be. Merchant of the Veil is a card I'd be very happy playing. But, I mean, obviously, Bonecrusher Giant's the reason I want to play red. Well, not a castle, but castle. Yeah, ultimately, I just don't think. I think blue-black are just the only 2 colors that actually feel good enough. And Witch's Vengeance, when we don't have that many knights, just seems awesome. Right, Epic Downfall is great. How many Forever Youngs do we even want? Definitely take Foreboding Fruit. So one thing I will definitely say with all this is Whisper Merfolk is being thrown in because we don't have much for 2-drops. And then we want at least 1 Unexplained Visions. Mystical Dispute, I just have no idea how much we want. I guess as much as I'm talking about, like Return to Pumpkin and Sage of the Falls is just great. Especially because we just happen to think where we don't have a lot of humans. What this deck wants is just a couple eggs. Alright, so let's throw in the 2 cauldrons. Turn Animating Fairy into a very real threat. And then we want at least 1 Forever Young. Reaper. Okay, what do we add for creatures right now? Okay, 10 creatures. We're gonna deck ourselves, aren't we? I mean, if there's a way to go, I will always go for decking myself first. Like, it's Forever Young actually fights that really well. As long as we have Forever Young, it's just so much harder to deck. So, let's run another Forever Young. If we end up not having anything on turn 2 to play, it's just cycling it to get into action. It'll be good enough. Mantle of the Tides, I just don't necessarily think that'll be where we want to be. Can I just throw you over here? Ah! We're just trying to throw over there, but I guess we can't rearrange on this. Fine. So I guess what I should be concerned with isn't even... Yeah, I spent so much time talking about that draw second card synergy to not even realize that the main card I was talking about with it, I'm not even looking at playing right now, and the other one is just a 5-drop. So this now we're going to be able to draw just so many cards, which means this is going to be able to jump around very easily. How much do we have at instant speed? So we have 2 sorcery. 3 sorcery, 4 sorcery, up 1 instant. Maybe 5, 6, or we're going to call it 6 sorcery, 7 sorcery, 8 sorcery. Okay, so we have 1 instant, the rest are sorcery. So Mantle feels a little worse then. I feel like another threat would just be... It just has the ability to be so much better. So, it could just be the Paladin. Because, yeah, ultimately, we're just going to need to be able to deal damage to our opponents at the end of the day. I feel like we're going to be able to hit the late game without too much difficulty. There is, I guess... Could it be worth to... Because we are not playing too much for black. I'm wondering about the 3-color possibility. Now, if one of those was green, I think it'd be much more doable with these 3, but green doesn't have other benefits to it, so... We're looking at red. Would be Bone Crusher Giant? Yeah, really just Bulgur, because that the rare land, unfortunately, we can't, but yeah. Okay, I'm just going to keep babbling about how I want to be able to play cards that I'm not going to be able to. Let's try out the Prophet. We're at 17 lands. Let's add in an island over that swamp. Alright. Looks good. If we get 2 or less wins with this, I'm just gonna be sad. Alrighty. Oh, another proud purveyor of the fox. Oh. No, there's our fox. Okay. I don't have a 1 or 2 drop. I mean, this is going to be fine. Yeah, if we hit one of our cauldrons, then yeah, Animating Fairy is going to feel great. Okay, I love the fox. See, Witching Well would have been great in our deck. Actually, how great would it have been? Because I guess it would have been a Scry 2. It's only good because of Anivarian and it draws cards. I just would have played it because I like drawing cards. Let's be honest here. So worst case, we're just playing a turn 3, 1/1 draw card. So okay, so best draws here. Just another island would be good just to make sure we can cast our spells. Otherwise, yeah, there's definitely drawing something like a Cauldron so that we'll be able to just turn 3 put on. Like, Swamp was not one of the cards we were talking about. I suppose we needed 5 lands regardless to be able to cast Sir Eleonora. Oh, look at that. Right. Alright, do you have a counterspell? Okay. Hypnotic Sprite's good. Hypnotic Sprite feels like a real good draw there for them. Or just, it was a good card against us. So... Oh. I don't want to turn that into a pumpkin. Okay, and you're trapped in a tower. Okay, so arguments here. We can sleep it, we can play the 2/2. Like, playing the 2/2 just doesn't do anything. You just non-land permanent. So we could return Charmed Sleep if we needed to. Yeah, let's just do that, because otherwise we're going to be beat down for 3 in the air return, and there just is not looking like would be an end in sight to that. So whatever we play first on the ground is going to just be trapped in a tower, which most likely I think will just be Sir Eleanor. So there is a nice, I mean, it's much more longer term gameplay, but yet I'm tapping Sir Eleanor in the tower, using turn in a pumpkin, then returns for Eleonora, which not even the 3rd island, so that would just give us food. But yeah, being able to do that at some point and then play to draw another card, I mean, that turns us into a 3-for-1, which I like card advantage. Okay. Okay, Foreboding Fruit. Not quite as in on you right now. Ooh, pieces of candy. Pieces of candy. So we have... I definitely want Queen of Ice for the next turn. We could go... I guess do Queen of Ice plus turn the pumpkin. Which do we want Forever Young right now? Or, because right now we only have the 1 creature in our bin. Yeah. Yeah, I'll just throw that on the... Yeah, I'll just throw that on the bottom for now. We have a second one, we get a draw. And I think there's a possibility you want to play Queen... Tap that down with Queen of Ice, then play Queen of Ice. Probably the peak is just... Probably brings that in the tower. Okay, everybody's in the tower. Alright. Alright, options here. We could, on our turn, we could have to do... We do Foreboding Fruit to draw 2, tap down with Queen of Ice. Why are you not playing this? So you have a counterspell, you're saying. You're saying you have a counterspell. Well, let's just play Foreboding Fruits, targeting us. Oh, that's nice, just a pay animate option. What's that for? So, I'm guessing you have a counterspell of some kind. Yep, I've got another Hypnotic Breath. Oh, yes, you are not coming, aren't you? Okay, so let's just throw Sir Eleanor back in. Okay. Like overall, drawing the Griffin. So yes, we know next turn go Griffin tap down, or we can do like if we drew if we draw a land, the ability to do Animating Fairy and that. So I guess we could also just do both Houses of Animating Fairy. Most likely we'll just want to cast the Griffin, I think. Oh. Love when the plan comes together. Alrighty. Attack them with our food. Yeah, the Arden Vale. I'm gonna call this Arendelle. After Frozen so many times, I know it. Their fox changed colors. Why doesn't our house change colors? Oh my goodness gracious! Why did no one tell me this was a thing? Oh. That's like really annoying, just because we just animated the food token. So why don't we... Yeah, let's start with Sir Eleanor. See what we can get. Cauldron seems fine. Let's play the Animating Fairy and pass. So at this point we are going to start holding lands into our hand pretty heavily, just because we want to give Sir Eleanor some level of power. We're 21 cards in deck, they are 23. So, yeah. Thank you, Leolite, for following. Probably did not see that sooner. Hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are. We are going to be... This is not ending anytime soon. So let's start. Let's just throw out the Cauldron. And yeah, I think we're just gonna keep passing back and forth. Now, having the double Forever Young has a great advantage as far as just with the decking thing, which is very, very hard for us to deck, because we're just gonna be able to throw all the creatures in our graveyard on the bottom of our library. Which, granted, is only one right now, but we can always make some bad attacks if it comes down to it. Ugh, they have their own Cauldron. Bastards. Okay, so if they're not playing anything, I think I'm pretty fine with that. Ooh, ooh. There we go. Alright, what are your cards in hand? Oh, got trapped into here. Nice. Nice. Okay, that was bad. That was a... Yeah. Reaper of Night just has the... With how slow this format is, you mean the card just feels like it has just so much power to it to be this 3-for-1 that ends up being just taking 2 cards to their hand and just having a very big relevant body. If we... Witch's Revenge on fairies has another potential to be a really good draw. Alright. Well, more food for Eleonora, I guess. Alright, now most likely next turn we will throw down the Queen of Ice. Just being able to tap down the Prize Griffin, swing in with the Reaper, because even if he wants to... His options are either chump block with a Tome Raider or throw in 2 Hypnotic Sprites and a Tome Raider to trade for the Reaper. I guess the other option is you have Scalding Cauldron plus Hypnotic Spire to trade with the Reaper. There. But even then, that's still going to be... Well, that turns in closer to 4-for-1. Taking to your brother, I guess Hypnotic Sprite already took 1. Or just gonna take it? Okay. You are not doing any blocking anyway, so works for me. Alright, let's take action. Ooh. Gosh. Yes, a Stolen by the Fae is... So we're gonna be hit that. Okay, so we have 4, we have 8. Okay. Wait, oh, 8 is what we need, isn't it? Okay, perfect. Alright, let's just end our turn. Yeah, so next one we're gonna be able to do Stolen by the Fae to return Prophet of the Peak to our hand and create 8 1/1s. And at that point, I think we're going to have a hard time losing. Because we know with the Forever Youngs that decking will be difficult. At least as far as a way for us to lose. Okay, Order of Midnight I'm pretty in on. Alright. So we've been able to get around 2 of their Trapped with the Towers through bouncing our own guys. Oh, I forgot I was going to trigger all of those. Alright, we can do a couple. Alright. Okay, so... This is immensely satisfying. Alright. We're going to decline the rest. That was so much fun. I always want to draw that many cards. Let's just... We could throw in the Griffin, but I don't think it's not too much. Now, definitely looks like decking could become a thing, but we all know it's not. I guess maybe I should have attacked with the Griffin. Just because it dying, I already have the Order of Midnight to be able to return it. Ooh! Yeah, kill it. Kill it. I should really, really like them doing this. Because yeah, now we're going to be able to just do the Order of Midnight, return that. If they keep this in hand, just make them discard it. Like, this game's going to go on for a while, but I think we have... Okay. Speak of the devil. So... Both of our enchantment removal spells have been less than perfect. God, I will say, having triple trapped in a tower is... Oh! Okay. Can you reach and trample? That's gross. That is super gross. Oh! Deck, I love you sometimes. You just know how to treat me. Oh, you know what, actually? I don't even have to use that on that. No. The answer was inside our graveyard all along. So, here... Let's just pass. Because I'd like to be able to get up 6 cards in hand so that I can attack with Sir Eleonora, pass the Paladin. Oh, I forgot to cast the Order of Midnight. Ooh. Oh, we can return Stolen by the Fae. In. I'm so in for that. So... See, I want to be doing something because, like, here... We are so much just in the decking plan, but we also need creatures to die to be able to do the decking plan. So, yeah. Let's attack with Sir. No, let's do food token. Food token it is. And then we'll play Mystic Sanctuary, return card on top, and then we'll play Reaper of Night plus Order of Midnight. So yeah, my opponent just throwing down 2 creatures that don't really matter altogether. No, this one I definitely will say is... Okay. Yeah, let's just kill. You can keep the 1/1 flyer. See, if they only blocked with those 2, that would have been a weird attack. Go throw down those 2. Do we want to take action? Let's decline. Let's decline. Hello, Pufferfish03. Thank you for following. It's much, much appreciated. Alright, so... As of right now... There's even the argument for just attacking with a Reaper. I think I like attacking with the Reaper, and then if they don't block, we deal forward them. If they trade stuff to it, great. If they don't do any trading or anything like that, then we can just return it by Stolen by the Fae, create another 7 tokens. That brings up to 13. Yeah. I'm in. Let's do it. Main reason for returning the Reaper is just they're keeping cards in hand. Most likely they are lands. Very like, I would bet because they don't want Reaper to always be getting flying, so that they can be able to block it with Hardened Veil Paladin. But now then, okay, here we go. Here we go. Now this is of course a spot that if they are not, okay, this feels. You're just walking right into the onboard trick. Which, whether this is them trying to play... Okay, so they have an outflank. So they were trying to get us to use that up, which I can respect that. Now then. As far as this goes, we have 6 more. Let's try on Profit. Bottom. Done. And we will not loot right now. return you. Oh, we're just going to keep declining for all of these. Our hand is already stacked. Oh, I guess we needed to do one to be able to trigger that to attack with him, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Okay, let's play Cauldron and no attacks. So here we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so not quite yet lethal. Ten cards in library compared to our 9. And we can return 1. 2. Alright. So let's see, what can we do here? I mean, I guess in theory, if we did Epic Downfall can just kill that, that can kill that. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blocks there 12. That would be exactly lethal. Okay, so let's be 3, 4, 5. 6. So let's target those two. Draw that. Yeah, I just don't want to accidentally run into our opponent having something that... Because our way of losing is that we just do a full attack and they just had something. Really surprised they didn't play that in response. So are there any creature types that they have that we don't? Bird? No. Oh, no, that's okay. Okay. So then let's just kill that. We're at 11. If these ones live, that's 7 to swing back. It knocks us to 4. We'll also make a bunch of chumps. Okay. Let's kill them. We've let them live long enough. Alright. So that one took a bit. But we did also learn we can change the color of our fox, which I feel personally is a very important discovery. So, if you're watching and have a preference for the fox color, please let me know. Just keep in mind I am colorblind, so you might have to help me with selecting the correct fox color. Alright, right here. So, this is fine. It's not a fast hand. They're much more reactive cards. Epic Downfall, I think I would rather have later in the game, as far as being able to deal with just my opponent's more powerful threats. Now, all things considered, like, I'm not going to complain about having a powerful card in my hand, though. They'd be like, Zone Chaos is a similar situation. Okay, so, opponent missed that. So, question is... Queen of Ice or Animating Fairy? My instinct is just throwing the flyer out is going to be better. And we'll just get a clock going. This one really nice part about Stone by the Fae is just being able to use it to rebuy our adventure cards too. Get that card, which is an all-star that game. Okay, Lost Legion. Alright, so Burn got out of the mana issues. Right, let's just play it as a creature. No, yeah, so I definitely understand an opponent keeping a 2-lander on the play if they were in a spot where needing to draw that 1 land to be able to cast Lost Legion and then be able to use the scry to be able to help guarantee future land drops. Obviously, it's a bit of a tempo disadvantage in that they miss 3rd land drop for a turn. But all part of Magic. Okay, Bell up the Brawl. Okay, you just have... Okay, so it's Menace. Alright, so let's throw out the Sage. Let's loot. Okay. Yeah, because we now... So if they have a removal spell, that part of it is going to be bad. If they don't have a removal spell... Oh! Oh! That's a card. But yeah, it's really just being able to allow them to pay 4 mana to make a 2/2 white knight every turn and giving all the creatures +1/+1, so it's really making a 3/3 every turn. We do not have a plan for that. Okay, Charm Sleep is only creature. Your only creature. You're a much longer term plan card. So we could just go... Okay, our options here. We could just go Charm Sleep plus Epic Downfall, and then bash on in. And what, that would let us swing for 6. I don't think we want to play a long-term game, so I'm willing to... So let's just give up some equity and go for this. Alright, we're going to exile the Bell of the Brawl. Beyond just having extra power, just if they have an ability to bounce a card, I'd rather them play the Lost Legion to the than the Bell, because of the Bell buffing all the knights that they have the ability to gain with that. Oh, that's right, when you cast a legendary, you get that too. Oh, that's gross. That's gross. Alright, so we set it up so we can attack with a bunch of stuff, and now that's not happening. Oh, jeez. Alright, so let's just play Visions. Alright, so turn into a pumpkin I'm in for. So, alright, definitely an argument for keeping 1 untouched so I can keep hitting my mana, my lands. Well, I guess, okay, if we do that, then we can... Okay, so let's actually do that, because then either Tome Raider or turn into a pumpkin. Okay, okay, so there, we'll just... Bloop. Throw you out. Bash. Alright. Yeah, so what, like, if our opponent played something like a 4-drop creature, could be good. Because it's with a 4-drop creature, being able to return that. I guess one thing we should have done was put a land on top. Because we could have returned Sir Conrad, gained an additional 5 fairies, knock him down to 6, and then just have lethal for the next turn swing-ins. So that part is one we didn't allow ourselves to do. Okay, stop it. Can help fulfill it some more than a little rude. If they attack with everything... Oh, you have Vigilance? Why do they all do things? Oh, man. Alright, so... I guess if you attack with that... Okay, you attack with nothing. I'm in on that. I'm in on that. We could do just turn into a pumpkin. There, throw out Tome Raider. Right, and then we have Stolen by the Fae after that. So you're still gonna, you would only cost 3 to play. Would you rather just hit the Knight? Okay, you play that. Oh no, then you could just play for 2. Yeah, I'll just hit the Knight, because they can hit it for 2 next turn anyway. Okay, and then we'll just go there, there. The ability to loot, which we'll do now that we have the land in hand. Okay, that one I like a lot, because now we get to go Stolen by the Fae, Mystic Sanctuary, put Stolen by the Fae back on top of the deck. Our opponent has a really powerful deck. I mean, just having Circle of Loyalty in addition to a Murderous Rider feels... I mean, we haven't seen them play any cards that are bad. Granted, they've only played a handful of cards, but... like, this, all of them just been good, solid cards. Alright, so attack for 6. We are going to, in fact, take the 6. And then... okay, what's Charming Prince doing? Oh, that's... yeah, that's good. Okay, that was a sweet interaction. Awkwardly will probably not be enough. Of course, this is going to be a game I'm going to play against Witch's Vengeance. That's what I'm going to call right now. They're going to play Witch's Vengeance. I feel it. It's going to happen. Okay. Are we looking for anything? I'm sure there's something we can find. We don't need that. Oh, actually, maybe I should have kept that. No, we don't need that one. We'll do one more. Yeah, get that land off the top. I guess we probably don't need both Forever Young and Order of Midnight. Let's do one more. Oh man. I mean, we've gone this far. Oh, okay. Yeah, let's just discard you. Alright. We decided the 4 cards we had in hand were good enough. Let's have Stolen by Fae on top. Bastion with just you. And Witch's Vengeance. Alright. And the really nice part about this is that if they even have a flyer, we have the ability to just use Stolen by Fae to just bounce it now. Now, they could have the Tactician to be able to tap down 2 creatures, which will make it so we could only swing for 4 instead of for lethal. I'm assuming at this point they're just trying to figure out if there's anything they can do. Which I'm assuming there's probably not if they're still thinking. So I'm going to guess they're not slow rolling Witch's Vengeance now. If they have any type of flyer... okay, so we're just playing Knight. We bash with everything. You're just... oh, that's right, he is lifelinking. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. Alrighty. Ugh, that's so annoying. I forgot he has lifelink. That's what I get for being cocky. So, okay, so he's gonna go up to... God, that's so relevant. So stupidly relevant. Let's see, what do we even want to do? Because we could go back, kill that, take 6. I guess then I lose 2 because of frickin' Sir Conrad. God, Sir Conrad's annoying. Because you go to 8, I can swing for a bunch. So 6 brings me down to 7. And if I jump... Yeah, let's do... This feels just wrong, but like, the... Okay, so... Okay, so we actually have to be able to use the food token to stay alive. Other option would be, I wish we could bounce Sir Conrad now. Because, yeah, we have... Okay, so how are we going to do this? God, that thing having lifelink was just screws up all the plans. So 892. Okay, okay. Oh, we had 8 mana. Okay, let's find the land. Alright, so I don't think we need a second Stage of the Falls. Term sleep. We can have you later. Let's throw you out. Oh my goodness. Okay. We got there. Alright, then let's decline that. Let's go ahead and sacrifice that food. I'll attack minus you, 4 in the air. Okay. Whew. We would have lost because we didn't land. We felt like we got really, really close to losing that there. Alright. Alright, we're playing Sir Conrad. That's what I want to see. And not a lifelinker in sight that I am aware of. Just like last time. Alright, because now we just go, you bounce here, jump, block, and we have lethal swing back. That was close. God! Murderous Rider has lifelink. And they said it would never be relevant. Alright. It probably doesn't matter if I attack with that or not, but... Alright. We did it! Alright. Well, 2 wins. We have matched our previous runs at Sealed. So I'm going to go to bed at a decent kind. Hey Taco, thank you for following. We are currently playing Sealed and making all the fairies. So far I think if we did not have Stolen by the Fae, 2 games would just be really long games of us slowly dying. But Instead, we just make a little army of the buggers. Alrighty, I'm overall in on this. We're not going to use, or most likely won't be using Order of Midnight's adventure, but the fact that we get to go just flyer, flyer, flyer feels really good. Other fox colors are available. Alright. Could definitely do Queen of Ice, but realistically, the amount of time is going to take to be for us before we have a creature in the graveyard. And just having if they don't have a flyer, the amount of damage just being able to get in the air. Good in. I mean, I love the concept of us being able to win a game in, under 10 minutes. Alright, so opponent possibly didn't realize that Order of Midnight can't block. So Animating Fairy lets us go be down a little faster, but then we lose out on potential value if we would draw one of our Cauldrons. I'm fine with that. I like the idea of just going with the tempo game, especially because Queen of Ice being able to tap something down if they do get a flyer at some point. So, okay, so a Hansel and Gretel got the giant skewer, just like the fairy tale. Okay, so let's go. Push on in. Throw in Tomb Raider. Okay, to turn into a pumpkin. I kind of like turning the pumpkin a lot when they're throwing the skewer around. Now, granted, putting on an adventure isn't ideal, but ultimately what's happening is they're going to just be able to make another food that they're going to have to dedicate time to. So, let's see here. What do we want to do? Sir Ellen... I do like the idea of doing Sir Eleanor. Yeah, if we do Sir Eleanor, then next we can potentially do Turning the Pumpkin plus Queen of Ice or Epic Downforce plus... well, either of the two, really. So, yeah, let's throw down Sir Eleonora, bash in for 5 in the air, and then just plan on threatening lethal next turn. Yeah, games when you draw all your flyers and they don't have interactions seem really handy. Okay, so... go on attack. Okay, that's what we're doing. Options here, options here. So you just get a +1/+1 counter. That's all you get. Neither of you are knights, so yeah, let's just turn you into a pumpkin. We could potentially be waiting and then bouncing the skewer instead, but... okay, you're a sorcery, you're a sorcery. So... yeah, let's just bash on them with everything. They have to chump block. And... I think I like to just do... okay, or they can concede. I guess that's fine. Oh, that 3 wins. We have broken our record of 2 wins previously. The 0 losses doesn't matter to me. The fact that we beat the 2 wins is what's important. That we have beat our very, very mediocre records. It's nice winning. I like it for a change. Alright, so this hand. So, double 5-drop, and we're on the play. We can cycle forever, Young. We have to... yeah, let's try it. We have a billion 3-drops. So, oh... look at that. Look at that. Alright, so. The old plan's coming together. I'm just going to cycle Forever Young now. There's a relative argument for saving it for Silgazer Griffin, especially because we're going to draw the 5th land regardless, apparently. But ultimately, I just don't. Yeah, I think just doing and making sure we hit everything is just going to be so much more important. So, alright, so bash on in. Now there's a question if we want to play the Griffin or the Sage first. Griffin just, I think, depending on what our opponent does. Alright, they killed our buddy. That's fine. I want friends. So we get an extra loot by Sage first. So playing Sage first is an extra loot because then we get loot off Eda and Griffin. Playing Griffin first just gives us an extra attack, so I like playing that more. Also, we have probably. So, question is, I guess, if we want to play Sage or Prophet next turn. Realistically, I think we're probably just going to be playing Prophet, just curving out. Let's see. Okay, Providing Fruit's fine. Nice part about being the temp. So, question, what I'm curious about is how likely they are to use Tempting Witch on us, since we are being able to do the beatdown. Let's just bash in and throw down the Prophet. If they, because we have 7 mana then, so if they did play some big 6-drop or however much mana creature, we have the ability to go Epic Downfall plus Sage. So we missed out on a lot of. You are a 2/4 now, right? Yeah, you're a 2/4 now. Okay. Let's go into a Cauldron. Doesn't seem like it can do any work then. No, you stay there. Stay. Okay. We just had to click a couple more dozen-ish times, but you know, we got there. Okay, I like them flinging the food at me. I don't know what their game plan, but it makes me think that there's something that. Ooh, I like that draw a lot. So let's start by exiling this. Let's throw down the island, play Visions, buff the Griffin, get all the scrying in the world. Are these? I think we just want all of them. Do we have anything in our graveyard even? Oh, Order of Midnight. Look at that. Look at that guy. Yeah, let's just keep all of them. Bash on in for 9. So jump there, take 4. If they play a creature, we have the ability to just turn it into a pumpkin. That's fine. Is that for each creature or never a creature? I don't know if that works for 2 or 1. So let's just do. I mean, as we have it either way, so it doesn't actually matter. I probably could have used Witch's Vengeance. Yeah, I'll just turn that into a pumpkin. Alright, sweet! Well, these last 2 games have gone significantly faster. Alright, so we're currently 4-0. So we're going to say, okay, 6-1 so we get our money back. So 4. Yeah, so right now I am mainly trying to do a lot more limited, just try to increase the collection so I don't have to use all my wild cards. to be able to transform, to be able to build a deck. There's a lot of decks I'm looking at. I'm currently working on an article that I want to be posting about 15 or 16 first drafts. But the one I'm currently most excited about is a Sultai Cauldron of Eternity deck. He's using Emery to be able to do some self-mill as long as some other cards doing that. And then, okay, this makes the Merfolk so much worse. Just Cat having first strike just makes it turn to Merfolk just seem so awful. Alright, so, Order Midnight. Guess you're on aggro again. Have won, I think, 100% of our games we played Order of Midnight on turn 2, so there is that. But anyway, it's a Sultai Cauldron deck, and there's a blue B is used primarily for a combination of Oko and Emery. Emery just allowing the self-milling and then being able to replay Artifact Graveyard, primarily Cauldron, the namesake for the deck, but it's also going to be able to return the... Oh, that's neat. The Witch's Cauldron, the tap and sack, which the deck is playing 3 of the familiars. So there is going to be that synergy with that. The interesting part about it is, well, Cauldron has the function where it will exile a creature if it would die. It's not a replacement effect. It's a trigger, which isn't how those things normally work, but it means that so you can still do the sacrifice and make a bunch of food, which does another one of the payoffs in deck is playing 2 Shimmering Dragons. Okay, that makes me a little regret burning the Cauldron. Okay, well, let's draw another island so we can put it to sleep. Come on. Yeah, so nicely. Alright. So... But, Shimmering Dragon just having the ability of when you have 4 artifacts, it gains hexproof, and then you can tap to untapped artifact. We'll walk into the combat trick. 2 artifacts you control. You can tap 2 artifacts you control to draw a card, which with the deck being able to make so many... Ooh. Yeah, as much as I hate that, we're just going to have to kill that. Opponent's running out of cards. They only have 2 left in hand. Which, if we draw a land to be able to play the Griffin, then we can turn that off. But anyway, moral of the story, what I'm getting is, deck's sweet. Hopefully it's good. We'll see. Alright, so let's just bash in here with this. You can't block anyway. Was curious if they'd have the Squire with a 3-mana adventure to be able to untap. Alright, so let's throw out the Griffin. And see if we can take over this game. Okay, so we are the potential of the Riders to be able to take creatures out of the way is a little threatening, but overall, I don't think it'll be too bad. Why is there a... Okay, I wasn't where I put a stop or something. Ooh. Yeah, land forward. So if we enter on land, it would be a Queen of Ice turn. Okay, I apparently have a full stop in by accident. Let's throw the profit out. We're going to be able to use Queen of Ice to tap that down, bash on it in the air, and play it. Wait, both of you can just go on the bottom. I suppose keeping a land on top could have been good, because then we could have gone Queen of Ice, tap, play it, play the Merfolk. Yeah, our opponent is flooding out here a little bit. I guess they have 7 lands compared to our 6. Very young, I like. Okay, we only have 1, so... Alright, let's tap you. The question is, how much of a trade do I want to offer? Okay, so we're returning there. Let's just enter combat. Let them tap stuff. Yeah, that's really them returning that so that so we don't get the second half of Queen of Ice is incredibly awkward. All right, so they went for the full thing. All right, so let's do. Yeah, we'll just throw out the Merfolk. Play Forever Young. Let's just return both of them. Let's... It doesn't matter what order. We'll have them both next turn regardless. So now they can attack, trade one with the Merfolk, hit me for 3 down to 8. Then they're also opening themselves up to the Prophet, being able to swing in. If their plan is just to chump block. Either going to be to chump block or trade with both. Neither of which seem great. So we can actually do tap both. What happens if we tap both down? Then we hit for 9. Tapping both down hits for 9. They go down to 3. What do we... I don't know if we lose to anything then. Alright. Do you have another adventure? I suppose what we'd lose to is the Wild Boar Rare. You know, it's another Elf Riding a Fox thing that you get pay X when the creature enters the battlefield to buff it. But that wasn't the card in their hand, so... Alright. We're just gonna keep on churning then. Yeah, the Master Orb. What a day. Alright. 5-0. Let's do this. Let's see. One day I know PV posted a deck in the Fandom Legends that what he played was a 4-color Wolves, which Wicked Wolf just seems to be a insanely powerful card. It's a 4 mana, I believe, 4/4. When it enters the battlefield, you may fight target creature an opponent controls, and you can sacrifice a food token to give it +1/+1 and indestructible until end of turn. That's fine. That is one thing I do have in the food deck. Oh, so they played Beauty and the Beast. That's potentially scary. Question is, do I want to use the... I could just use the Queen to tap that down if I thought I was going to play next turn, but I don't think I will. We'll save it. I really don't want to have to use this here, but we are. Nice, we have forests and swamps, so... Okay, that makes me feel a little better, because Charmed Sleep just feels... The risk with any of these enchantment removal spells just being that if they have some way to bounce it, if they have a way to sacrifice it, there is the 2-mana Noble, so there is a way for them to sacrifice it, but it's honestly not an amazing way. So right here we are just going to run out the Queen of Ice, which... Okay, so we lost actually, I guess 2 points of damage we could have saved ourselves by just tapping down the human on turn 2. But I can health muscle us. That's fine. That's fine. I don't want to have a life total anyway. Alright, so this time we're actually going to do stage before the Steel Gaze. Do I want to loot even? think we do. Hand feels a little stacked. I mean, obviously we can only cast one of these each turn, but... I mean, we might just go Animating Fairy plus Epic Downfall, the Lost Legion next turn, though I guess if Sage is holding them off, going with the Griffin, or... Yeah, we could do a different second Sage. Let's play the Griffin. Take action. Okay, do we have... Let's throw that in the bin. Do we want to have... I guess if we do this, then we have the ability to do Epic Downfall plus Sage next turn. We also have a land we can throw out. Yeah, let's just pass. Let's hold on to it. Because we can still always do Epic Downfall plus Animating Fairy, and the play of... Oh, okay, Piper's not what we wanted our opponent to have. Because, yeah, we are not a fast enough deck where Piper is nice. So Piper has a potential to be just very good against us. Okay, Reaper I'm okay with. Let's just discard the Mystic Sanctuary. Okay, let's try. Do we want the Unexplained Vision? I think... So what are our options here? Unexplained Vision gives us a healthy bit of card advantage. Reaper helps hit their hand. Swamp Plus has hopefully played 2 spells for a turn finally. Let's just throw the Swamp out. Bash for 4 in the air. We'll just pass back to them. And we just plan on doing Unexplained Vision next turn. And then just a card advantage from that helping us be able to start playing lands. Okay. So... Alright, Forever Young we don't need. Tome Raider feels like a decent question. Because it's a body. We need a way to deal... Yeah, so Scalding Cauldron will just deal with the creature. Yeah, I guess it's actually 3 mana, draw a card, then loot twice. Which feels like a pretty good card, I'm gonna be honest. So, okay, let's just play that. Bash in. Alright. Wait. Oh, converting mana cost for your grid. I was thinking it's power for temporarily. Yeah, so let's just throw... Yeah, let's just not waste time. Okay, take out the Piper. No. Yeah, let's throw off the Merfolk. Let's decline again. So, nice part of having the Epic Downfall at the bottom, or Forever Young, I mean at the bottom of the library, is, again, the whole decking situation. Ooh, that one I like. What do we have that we can even grab? Oh, we have a Queen of Ice, that's it. Well, let's just hit... Okay, let's just make you discard a card to start. Whoa, was that double Keeper of Fables? I mean, I guess we don't have double green. Let's draw first. Give us that extra information. Sure. Alright. I'll decline there. No decks. Ooh, playing pie and immediately sacking it. That surprises me since black-green tends to be the synergistic one. Oh, and you're playing Hansel and Gretel. Okay, that could prove useful at some point. Okay, let's throw down the Reaper. Do we even want to loot? I think we do. Others will hit, they'll eat their food. Definitely has been a disadvantage of hitting. Oh. Okay. Alright, well. I'm curious as far as opponent choosing to scoop there. But I guess we can. Alright, let's see if we can go 7-0 with this thing. Overall, as far as decks with new standard, it definitely seems like there's going to be a big push for the monocolor decks. I mean, mono red has been a tier 1 deck for close to 10 years now. They're always, it seems, I think close to every standard, just they've printed cards good enough. You hit certain ones, such as when Innistrad was the most recent set. I at least felt like the deck wasn't quite as mono red was not particularly great, but part also just the cards that the decks that were good at that point. I mean, Keswick Wolf Run just traditionally was built in a way to help it stop the red deck wins because it was much more creature based at the time. I mean, this hand though we had to keep because we had the turn 2 Order of Midnight, and I mean clearly it ain't broke. There's a good... Oh, there's exiles it. Alright, we don't have any action, so let's just throw out the Forever Young and try and get into something that can pressure our opponent. I do like drawing Witch's Vengeance. The fact that our opponent's white-red... That's a real argument. But I guess we have 5, so that'd be 6. So unless we, let's see, unless we draw specifically, not this turn, but next turn, the Prophet. I suppose they're also just going to be the whole issue of how many cards can cast in a turn. The fact they're playing Raging Redcap makes me think there's either going to be a very scary deck that makes good use of it, or they were low on playables. Because a 3-mana 1/2 double strike that functions essentially as a 2/2 is not good. But okay, so that one I don't. Ooh, okay, that's scary. So we did say it was gonna happen. Alright, so let's just knock out the knights real quick. So we could wait to try and get that, but we don't have. Suppose we want to epic downfall that. Yeah, I think as much as I hate to. I think we do. Does that change things? No, I'll just run on the Prophet. Sage of the Falls and the Merfolk. There's a little Merfolk on the bottom. Let's keep Sage, as that'll help the Griffin start going off. Like, in general, if our opponent doesn't play much of anything here, okay, that's something. That's something. So yeah, the carriage is a very solid card, I feel. It's a 5-mana 4/4 vehicle that comes with its own crew. Oh! Oh, damn. I only have myself to blame. I chose the loot. I had a good hand and I chose the loot. Okay, so we could definitely keep the Cauldron to kill that. Honestly, probably should just toss a Cauldron and then we can go Charm Sleep on that and just start bash. Because I think we might just want to start bashing in on the air, I guess, but that also kills them. Alright, we'll just discard that. Alright, we'll give them a chance to bash in the air. Throw out the Cauldron. Yeah, I should have thought better before. I mean, obviously, there's just a good chance you just draw a land in this card, and suddenly that's the land you're not top decking that island or swamp on the next turn. Did he cover his eyes when I got attacked? Because that's freaking adorable. So just swing in with the Griffin. Throw another one down. Yeah, let's just go for that. And potentially open ourselves up to just get blown out, but I think it's a plan easy next turn regardless. Wait, what did that do? Oh, okay, so they gained life. Good for them. Okay, so that's 3-man. Oh, okay, that's that one. Okay, another 3/6. Alright, alright. So let's just pass. We'll keep the swamp in hand for when we draw a non-human creature so we can loot. That part, it is just hard for our opponent to attack us. More loot fodder. What a day to be alive. What a day. I'm really enjoying this fox right now. Oh, crap. I need a pass to attackers. Alrighty. Oh, okay. That one I like. I like that one a lot. So, make him discard 2 of their 3 cards. We'll play a land so we can slam it next turn, and then we'll get the loot too. What did they land? And Youthful Knight. That's curious that they didn't play the Youthful Knight. I suppose. Okay, they discarded a mountain. Because it feels like the reasons would be Reaper of the Wilds, or potentially you saw Witch's Vengeance, but the only. Was it human? Yeah, like but I mean, unless you thought I had might have another Mystic Sanctuary or some way to interact with that. Turn a pumpkin. Feels great. There's a possibility. So, some interesting options here. Yes, let's just swing in for 4 in the air. So I think next turn we'll probably swing in with Reaper. Alright, outflank is good. You got me. You got me. So we have 7. So what I might do next turn is attack with Reaper for 4. Then turn into a pumpkin. Then do the Harvest Fear to hit them for even more. Yeah, I'm in. Because, I mean, obviously, if they have something like a removal spell, one, I think they would have played it already. It would feel weird for them to not. And 19 cards for our 16. Okay. That, oh yeah, that's fair. You need to, if you want to. Okay, I was scared because they did land that they had to then discard, but as far as what their options were. Alright, yeah, so let's just play the Reaper. Let's discard the swamp. Let's pass. Oh. Do we have a good answer for Worthy Knight? I don't know if we do. Okay, so we just bounced Reaper the Knight, and I think we're going to. Oh my goodness, I feel dumb. I'm asking if we have a good answer for Worthy Knight, and the frickin' cauldron's right here. Derp, 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 derp. Right, so, was someone by the Fae? Let's try this, because if they have an answer, I want to see what it is. We have the ability. We have a couple options as far as like we could return Sage to just make 5, otherwise returning Reaper to make 7. Alright, let's do it again. Alright. It was nice that we might get to end this the way it all began. Oh, but we didn't get to cast it. That's sad. I wanted fairy buddies. Alright. Well. Went from all the 2-0s to 7 2-3s to 7-0, so definitely can't complain. Alright. Well, for all those who have stuck with us, I appreciate watching it wherever you are. Okay. Thanks for watching.